What's up guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, Trash Salsa, and today we're doing a versus video between my Edison and S-223. Pretty cool. This one's thin but strong, and this one looks great and also strong. So let's see which one's better. Start off with some pros and cons for the Edison. Some pros are it's very thin, as you can see. It's thin compared to the other fans and this one. It's got the wood grain cabinet, so it's not a color, it's wood grain, which is cool. This one's just terracotta orange. And it's got blades that are black but translucent. As you can see, you can kind of see the Nerf gun through the blade, which is really cool. And it's got a good motor. It's got the Edison motor, which is hard to see because there's this box behind it. I'll get to why there's a box there. It's part of the cons. Now to the cons, so it uses bolts, and 2 of them don't stay in. No matter how much I screw them in, they just fall out, so that doesn't help. So those are going to get replaced with screws very soon. And it tips over backwards like that. That's why there's a box there. The box goes under the bolts, so when you try to push it, it doesn't move, which keeps it there. But if you were to run it, I mean, even on low, it leans back a lot. If you watch the video for the Edison, you'll know when I run it on low, it tips back like this. And when I run it on medium or high, it eventually just falls over. And another con is it's got a strap handle. Mine's still intact, but these break, so it's stupid. All right, now to the S-223. Some pros are the color. Terracotta orange is very flashy, kind of stands out. You know, the other fans are like a white, some sort of color, brown, green. A lot of them are blue, believe it or not. I even got my Alaska behind me, that's blue. So yeah, so this one's like the only red, similar color fan, but it's terracotta orange, which is kind of red. Blades. First gen blades are pretty cool. They're also quieter than the thin and light blades, so that's that. It's got a rope handle. These are nice because they flex, so if something were to fall on it, it won't break. I guess that's why they use strap handles for a period of time. But this one's better than the strap handle because it ties on, it's stronger because it's a rope, and it looks nicer and it feels comfier because it's round like a tube, so it feels better in the hand, you know? This one's just kind of like a piece of plastic that flexes, and it shouldn't be like that. And the overall look of the fan just looks nicer than the Edison. The Edison's got a lot of dark colors, but the white grill, which kind of makes it look weird. And then the S-223 just looks more like a fan, in my opinion. This one just looks like, I mean, look, you can't even see the blades. It just looks like a shadow. It's creepy. Now some cons, it's heavy, heavier than this one by quite a few pounds. And the corners, so this is why we didn't see an S-223 3rd gen, is because these corners got annoying and people kept complaining, so they stopped making them. I don't mean like these corners necessarily, I mean those corners. They're very sharp. Because these corners, they bend and they're super sharp. I actually got cut on the I think my Sears fan or one of these fans because it has this sharp corner because it's square. The round fans don't have those corners. See, there's no corner here like that. Square fans have these very pointy corners. These ones don't. Especially my Dominion, there's no corners at all. It just is like a circle almost. So, yeah. So we have 4 pros for the Edison, 4 pros for the S-223, 3 cons for the Edison, and 2 cons for the S-223. So, about the same, but the Edison's got 1 more con. Alright, now we're going to run them on low, compare how quiet they are. That's the Edison. I want to say that's too loud, but it's pretty loud. Here's how much air it blows using a tissue. I'll go to the S-223, a lot quieter. It blows a little bit softer airflow, but it's more consistent airflow. Like the tissue is kind of bouncing like this. The S-223, it just looks like it's gliding through the air. Tissue really isn't bouncing or moving around because the air is consistent for some reason. And the reason why this probably is because this fan's a little more shaky, so the air is probably kind of all over the place. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty quiet. And we'll compare, we'll run the Edison side by side. Out of two fans, I can honestly hear this fan way more. Now for equal spin down, hit the surge protector. So they both come off at the exact same time. I'm predicting the S-223 is longer. Probably. It's really hard to see the Edison blades. But there you go. Alright. The S-223 actually had one of the longest spin downs in my collection. Very long, believe it or not. Pretty good. It's weird because the metal bladed fans like my Eskimo, Dominion, Pencrest, whatever, they have metal, like really heavy metal blades, but the spin down isn't very long. Even after I oil them. I don't know. Even the Dominions is longer than the Eskimo, and the Dominion's got offset blades, so it kind of shakes. So that's even more impressive. Anyway, so now to the conclusion, which one's better? Personally, I think the tipping over garbage for the Edison is just too much. I mean, whenever I have to get the fan out and I want to run it, I have to find the box. You have to use the same box, mind you, because it's the exact same size, which fits the fan. And it's just kind of annoying. I got to put the box behind it, then I got to run it, and then I'm like, all right, time to put it away. Then I got to put the box somewhere, put the Edison somewhere. You know, it's kind of a pain. Although the fan does look pretty cool. If you like had a box fan in a room, and let's just say it was the S-223, and you told, hey, go turn that fan on, they'd probably be like, okay, that's what they're expecting, right, just the fan. But you have the Edison there, and he's like, okay, go turn that fan on, they're gonna walk over like, wow, I didn't expect this fan to have brown blades, or a dark cabinet, or just dark colors all over it, like a shadow. You're not really expecting it, you know. The majority of the person will expect something like this, believe it or not. That's kind of what they're used to seeing. But I would expect, I don't really expect anything. If someone says, go turn the fan on, for me, it's just like, it could be anything, so I don't really expect much, but the average person might expect something that looks a little more like that than this. Which is more of a surprise when it comes to the Edison. But personally, I'd go with the S-223. It's quieter on low, it's more relaxing. I'd say the color is pretty cool. Wood grain's cool, but terracotta orange is cooler. And it just looks more like a nicer fan. Just the overall look just brings it together really well. And the Edison's weird, dark brown, black, smoky, creepy, shadowy, scary looking thing than the S-223, which looks 3070s. So yeah, that's me. I would go with the S-223. But let me know which one you would go with, and I'll see you guys in the next one.